All right, so I've got McKay Johnson here for the interview today. And so we're going to be going over just a little bit about his work. Um, but as far as it goes, McKay, I need you to acknowledge that you have agreed to the consent form before this interview and agreed to being recorded as well.
Yes, I have.
Okay, so we are going to work through these questions. And first, can you tell us who you're working for and what your role is?
I work for a company called Cube Money. It's a financial app, and I work as a customer service rep for them.
And are you a manager of any sort for them?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. So we're going to go through a few questions. One being, can you share an example of a time when your manager helped you effectively manage a work assignment while considering your personal or family related responsibilities?
Yeah, my manager right now actually has helped me quite a bit with that. My wife works Monday and Thursdays, so when I first initially had taken the role, she, well, we kind of were figuring everything out and how it's going to work. Um, but she was very accommodating with me and helped me to be able to fulfill my duties as taking chats and helping people out with their stuff, as well as being able to watch my daughter and um, help my wife so she can go and work as well.
And on top of that, I understand that you're also putting yourself through school. So she's accommodated kind of a schedule to make it work with your wife working and schooling.
Yeah, exactly. She's really nice because she also helps me. If it's slow, I get to be able to work on my homework, which helps a ton. So
Oh, that's awesome. Do you feel that your manager understands the challenges faced by employees in balancing work and family obligations? If so, please explain.
yeah, I feel like she definitely does. She's on leave right now actually because she just had her baby, so she's very understanding with everything with family and um, just the work life balance. So she's been very accommodating and helpful with that.
Okay. Do you think your manager is effective in assisting employees with practical work life issues and family emergencies?
Yeah, 100%. She's always willing to help us to get someone to cover for us if we need to do anything, if we have an appointment or anything like that. She's very accommodating.
Is there any qualities or behaviors that you think that she's effective in this area? And if no, why so?
In what area? Like the
Just as far as it goes for assisting employees with family emergencies,
oh
is there things that make her effective in that area or not effective?
yeah, she's good at laying down and making sure you're not over abusing, like having to leave and using your family emergencies. I know some people don't actually have family emergencies and take them, but she's very effective at actually like discerning if it's real or not. If that
Got
makes
it.
sense.
Navigating whether it is a real one or not.
Yeah.
What advice would you offer to managers or leaders who are looking to enhance their skills in helping employees manage practical work life challenges and family related emergencies?
I would just say just listen to your employees and actually try to um, be able to understand if it's a discern if it's like a real emergency or not. I feel like that's the biggest thing. The other thing is just not pressuring them and making them feel like they always have to be putting work first. I feel like it helps a lot when you know, like, hey, I can go and fulfill my duties with my family, but at the same time, you still have your duties with work. So,
Right. Okay, now we're going to move on to emotional support. Does your manager convey that they're approachable and open to discussing personal or family matters if needed?
yeah, yeah, for sure. I feel like she's been open with me from the get go, and she's very personable, so she's pretty easy to talk to.
Could you provide an example of a time that you felt comfortable bringing up such topics?
Ooh. Um, Honestly, I haven't had like anything too serious happen. I feel like the biggest thing that I've had happen is just um, like dentist appointments where um, there was a day where Lila was having a really hard. Sorry, Lila's my daughter. But she was having like a breakdown, so I had to take off a little bit to kind of help her, and she was very understanding and sympathized with me and understood what was kind of going on. So she was helpful in that area.
Okay. Can you think of an instance when your manager helped create or hindered a culture of physiological safety, allowing team members to freely express their feelings or discuss non-work issues without fear of negative consequences?
Yeah, I feel like she does a good job of making sure everybody feels comfortable. I feel like it's honestly more like the culture at the company right now is more of like a friendship where we can kind of talk about personal stuff as well as like work issues. So
That's really good. All right, next topic will be role model behavior. What practices, if any, does your manager employ to communicate their boundaries and availability outside of work hours while still remaining accessible to the team when needed?
I feel like she does a pretty good job of making sure her boundaries are pretty clear. Like she has to go and pick up her daughter from school and leave for a little bit, so we can't get in contact with her then. She still is decent at texting, but we all know that time when she's out is time that she has to go and fulfill her family duty. So we understand how that works and everything like
And
that.
if it's after hours and she's already off, is there ever a time you've needed to get in contact with her? Does she ever make herself available after she's out?
Yeah, she does that quite a bit. There was a day that I had to get a dentist appointment covered, and she answered my text quite almost right away. So she's pretty easy to get in contact with. I feel like we all kind of know when we're off. If we have an emergency or anything like that, we can reach out to her, but just try not to like blow each other up or bother each other if we're off. So
do you feel that your manager's ability to model effective or ineffective work-life balances influences your own approach to managing family and personal priorities?
Yeah, I feel like it makes it a little bit easier to put more of an effort towards family. Where I feel like we live in a culture where work is pretty much like the top priority. So it's really nice to see a manager and have a manager that understands that family is the most important thing, and then work and everything comes after that.
Can you think of a specific instance when this influence was evident?
I feel like just like the same thing with like work and
Dentist appointments needing like, to go take care of your daughter.
Yeah, like she's very understanding.
Has her own kids as well.
Yeah, so she's pretty easy to communicate with and very understanding on all subjects that have to do with family or anything like that, any kind of emergency.
In what ways does your manager communicate or demonstrate that they prioritize their own well-being and personal commitments? Can you provide any example of how this approach has positively influenced the team's work culture?
Well, I just think even just right now with her I think she's taking like a month and a half to 2 months off to get used to having a second kid. So that's that's impacting a lot because we know she's going to be gone and she's going to be coming back, but she's taking that time that she needs.
And even with that, has she been somewhat available to you guys?
Yeah.
Through at least messaging or contact?
Yeah, and it was awesome because when she had her kid, she actually sent us all a picture and we all congratulated her and stuff. So awesome. She's been an awesome manager.
Good. All right, now we're going to creative management. What strategies does your manager use to allocate tasks or projects based on employees' strengths and availability in a way that optimizes team performance and individual work-life integration?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, what strategies essentially does your manager use to kind of delegate tasks to different individuals who might be stronger or weaker within those areas?
Yeah, I feel like she's been good at understanding what people are kind of best at doing certain things, either if that's responding to emails, phone calls, or chats. I feel like she kind of knows and will kind of like push you a little bit more towards those type of things. So I feel like that's been one of her strengths, is just recognizing, hey, this person maybe doesn't sound the best on the phones. So let's
Yeah.
get someone else to talk to someone, or this person may be better at writing, so let's get them to respond to emails, whatever it may be.
Right. Okay. Have you encountered situations where your manager supported the use of alternative work arrangements, such as compressed work weeks or job sharing to accommodate personal or family commitments?
Yeah, she's been awesome at when I first got hired and we kind of figured out my schedule. I only worked part-time and she knew I wanted more of a full-time role. So she told me I can hop on whenever and just kind of help out with the emails or whatever like I need to be doing so that the person on chats can focus on that. So she was very accommodating at like making sure I was happy and getting the hours that I needed so I could get the pay that I needed as well.
Okay. Have you encountered situations where your manager supported the... Oh, sorry, we already read that one. How did you use such arrangements and impact the team's effectiveness? I think you already kind of answered that one.
Yeah.
As far as, needing those extra hours and being able to hop on and effectively get some more hours by assisting your team more.
Mm-hmm.
Has your manager ever encountered let me rephrase. Has your manager ever encouraged employees to think outside the box when coming to find solutions to benefit their work and personal lives?
Yeah, she's been awesome at that. If we ever encounter like a question we don't really know, I feel like when she's teaching you how to do the role, she kind of encourages you to find the solution yourself or just the way that you want to phrase it to people, to better assist people, or like the way that you think that customers will better understand. So that's been a really good role.
There's a little bit more freedom essentially in problem shooting issues that customers have been having.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. And McKay, I appreciate all of your feedback with all of this. And sounds like you've got a good gig going on and a good manager who kind of understands a good work-life balance. So thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
All right.